Masters Club, and we are so glad that you are here with us this morning. And today we're talking a little bit about great expectations. Now, perhaps you saw the movie, but Charles Dickens actually, there's Liz. Charles Dickens actually wrote the book Great Expectations. And he has given us over the years much entertainment, but also real life lessons. My personal favorites are Scrooge and the Curiosity Shop. In his book, Great Expectations, the moral is quite simple: affection, loyalty, and conscience. And he says that it's more important than social advancement, wealth, and class. What do you feel is the theme of 2022? Would it be in our world right now? Would it be being true to oneself and others, or acquiring fame and fortune at any cost? Whichever path one chooses, Dickens passes on some advice. Take nothing on its looks. Take everything on evidence. There's no better rule. A century later, Martin Luther King Jr. offered these words of wisdom: not everybody can be famous, but everybody can be great, because greatness is determined by service. And here to help us serve in the meeting is Liz, our grammarian. Please welcome Liz.
Hi, thank you, and Madam Toastmaster of the Day. So, as your grammarian, I have a word for you, and the word today is energize. Energize. So basically, energize is vitality. I'm just struggling a bit here. It's vitality and enthusiasm. That's right, and vitality, enthusiasm. And it's really, perhaps then you might say that everybody was really enthused about the event. It also is something that can be used as to energize, in the sense that it can trigger a situation. So energize, let's be energized today and enjoy the rest of our meeting and use the word as often as we can. Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Liz. And yes, let us energize each other this morning. Our first evaluator evaluating Anvitha is Kaushal. Let us welcome Kaushal to the virtual stage to give her purpose. Kaushal, could you unmute, please?
Sorry. All right, sorry about that. The purpose of this project is for Anvita to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you very much. Anvitha is speaking from Effective Coaching Level 1, Project 2, Evaluation and Feedback. This will be her first speech. Please welcome Anvitha, the samurai, Anvitha.
This is very frustrating. My internet connection is extremely slow. How will I complete my work? Good day, Toastmasters and dear guests. Last week, my manager asked me to send her a very important document. Unfortunately, this document got stuck in my outbox because of my slow internet connection. At the same time, another colleague of mine asked me to mail her another document. That too got stuck in my outbox due to the same reason. In my anger, I threw the computer mouse across the room. It hit the only photo frame I had of my uncle, making it fall. It broke into pieces. So did my heart. After 2 minutes, my manager called me. Anvita, I asked you to send a mail. I still haven't received it. Did you send me? She asked. The tension was too much for me. I broke down and told her what happened. She said, Anvita, I want you to stop for 2 minutes. Take a piece of paper and write down the instances when you feel angry. After a while, I managed to write several answers. Some of them were, I get angry when my internet connection slows down. I get angry when spoken of behind my back. I get angry when my colleague blunders. I get angry when somebody scolds me in public. The list was endless. When I read my answers, I realized that when we deem ourselves to be inferior, there is a reaction. It shows up as anger. My manager said, Anvita, when somebody calls us a monkey, we retaliate by calling them donkey. This is a reaction. When we react, we allow the external situation to control us. In management lexicon, we prefer the word proactive to reactive. But what is the difference between these two words? I asked her, confused. To explain the meaning, she narrated a story to me. Let me share the story with all of you today. Once upon a time, there was a samurai. After winning a war, he was returning home with his army. On the way, he passed through a forest. In the forest, there was a meditating monk. The samurai bowed before the monk and asked, "O monk, which is the way to heaven and which is the way to hell?" The monk did not respond. The second time, the samurai repeated the question a bit more loudly. "Oh monk, which is the way to heaven and which is the way to hell?" Again, the monk did not respond. The third time, the samurai shouted the question so loudly that the very tree under which the monk was sitting shook. This time, the monk did respond. He said sternly, "You stupid fellow, why did you disturb my meditation?" The samurai was furious. He raised his sword in order to kill the monk. The monk gently smiled and said, "This is the way to hell." The samurai quickly realized his folly. His anger abated. He thought to himself, "This monk scolded me not to belittle me, but to teach me the truth." This realization made him put his sword back in its sheath. Now the monk said, This is the way to heaven. Anvita, I have told you the story. Now you find out the difference. My manager said and disconnected the call. When I thought about the story, I realized why the samurai was angry. It was because he thought to himself, this monk scolded me in front of my own soldiers. The respect for me is gone. How will they respect me in the future? This reaction caused his anger. That is why he stopped thinking. He raised his sword. To react is the gate to hell. When the monk called him stupid, it was not to insult him, but to teach him a very important lesson in an indirect way. The samurai was clever enough to grasp this teaching quickly. That is why he placed his sword back in its sheath. This was his proaction. To respond proactively is the gate to heaven. When I came out of my thoughts, I realized that my outbox was empty. My colleagues had received my mail, but the broken photograph is gone forever. I was very ashamed of myself. Dear Toastmasters, why be reactive when you can be proactive? Heaven and hell are just two states of your mind. When you're angry, you're out of balance. Your limbs tremble, your blood pressure raises. Being angry, irrespective of the surrounding situation, will make you get the punishment in the form of anger. We are responsible for our state. That is why be proactive always. Back to Tiamoni.
Thank you very much, Anvita. That was a very powerful and energizing speech teaching us the lessons on anger. This week, I heard a new word for anger, and it was I am tinkled. Instead of saying I'm angry, tinkled and getting yourself back into the spot because we all want to go to heaven. Is that not correct? Our second evaluator this morning is Sanjeeb. Hopefully Sanjeeb is yes. And he will give us the purpose for Rosianna's speech. Please welcome Sanjeeb.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Today, Rosianna is going to deliver a speech which is as a part of dynamic leadership, manage product successfully, part 2. Yeah, so over to you, Rosianna. You can start your speech. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Evaluator. And please welcome Rosianna. For an idea that does not seem insane, there's no hope. For an idea that does not seem insane, there is no hope. Rosianna.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, distinguished Toastmaster Teresa. Alfred North Whitehead once said, every really new idea looks crazy at first. And for an idea that does not seem insane, there is no hope. And that's from Albert Einstein. In other words, the idea must be crazy and insane enough. Then there is hope. If not crazy enough, no hope. That's my hope for this project. Enough of hopes. Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, friends, and honorable guests. Why electric car had been slowed? In fact, electric car was invented over about 186 years ago, even during Henry Ford. It was first, Model T was actually an electric car. But why now? Now, in Malaysia, the government has given incentive for the electric car. And I think a lot of countries is now moving towards electric car by 2025. So I think it's not being slowed down. Right now, it's going to be quite fast pace. And it's now energized and moving towards a new phase in electrical, in mobility or vehicles. So from my previous speech, so I get these two things, which is why electric car has been slowed down, which is now it's already energized, and how do I plan to proceed with this plan. So I'm going to lay it down now. This is the second speech. Now, health is wealth. What if we can have both of them, wealth and health? Yeah, I remembered my last speech was that when I was a banker and I spent a lot of money on fuel and petrol. And now with the electric car, the cost is going to go lower and lower. And the idea of having this electric, and this is the project, which is the electric pedal assist car. And I am amazed by the electric bicycle that I pedal. And I was like, it can go very fast. It's like 40 kilometers an hour. And why not if we can have it in a car too? So in a way that we can also exercise and at the same time save the environment. So putting all those together, why don't we have it all? And this is the project, the electric pedal assist car. And in fact, it's already everywhere in the world, and it has already been invented in Netherlands. It's already been invented, and now they call it velo cars and things like that. But this idea is a bit away from that, in the case that when I was looking around, and there's a lot of abandoned cars. And why not we have this abandoned car, strip off the engine and put this pedal assist with the battery on it. So you can choose whether you want to go full battery or you can have gear 1, 2, and 3. If the bicycle can go 40 kilometers an hour, why not a car can go about 120 kilometers an hour? And I think this is doable and crazy enough. And I have a team, not to say a solid team yet. Yes, the plan is there. So I hope with this idea, someone out there crazy enough to go and invent this one. So I have somebody crazy enough like me along with me, and I have met with this guy in an amusement park where he had a pedal car from my last speech. I already met him, and he sounds very interested, and he even want to fund the project. And I said it may not involve that much yet. I mean, because right now the plan is that, so we have a team, we have the idea, and now we're going to have a prototype first, and then we're going to go from there. And in between, I hope somebody is crazy enough to come up with the prototype as well. So health is wealth. So now we can burn our calorie with this car. And health is wealth. While wealth, I already talked about the saving that we have and the medical bills we save from healthy exercise, and the brain with our movement with the car. Rodin once said, I invent nothing, I rediscover. And in fact, this car is already there, out there, and it has already put the battery inside a real car, which is Audi Avant. It's already there and it's already moving, and the prototype is there. It's just waiting for a little push and getting some government approval on it, but it's in the other country. So I hope somebody, I do not know when I will have this, because my niece is still in the university studying the electrical engineering. But I think it would be nice, imagine, in conclusion, imagine on a weekend and you want to indulge yourself in some big and nice, like here in Malaysia, we have ikan bakar in somewhere like 300 kilometers away. And then enjoy in the rich and creamy, delicious cakes. Life is a choice. You choose, I choose to indulge in both. And I think I can at the same time turn all this fat into muscles with this car. So we can manifest beautiful legs and manifest strong hearts too. For this year 2022, we can have it all. Health is wealth. For an idea does not seem insane enough, there is no hope. Let's pedal. Back to you, Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rosie, for that energizing, re-energizing speech for health and also for indulgences. And we can have both. And if you're looking for an international team, put my name down. I'm with you. And now we would like to pass it over to our table topics master, and that will be Sabaria. Please welcome Sabaria, Table Topics Master.
Thank you very much, Toastmasters of the Day, Teresa. Wow, we've come to the exciting part of a meeting, which is table topic. For the benefits of the guests, table topic is when you are required to speak on your feet without thinking. So it's an impromptu speech. Yeah, so for Umar, okay. Now you're given 2 minutes for this speech. At 1 minute, the red light, not one, at 1.3 minutes, the green light was shown. And at 2 minutes, why am I messed up on my, okay, we'll do this. 1 minute, I'll show the green light. Who's gonna help me with the lighting? Teresa, could you help me with the timer lighting? Or do I do that at the same time?
Sure. You want me to put the lights on?
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So it's
I don't
one.
mind considering I think I was doing it. I was a
Oh.
bit late. You need to do it. The
You
time.
can do it.
You can do it,
can.
Liz? All right. Okay.
Thank you.
Liz. Yeah. So it's gonna be green for a minute, and then 1.30 seconds will be amber, and then 2 will be red. Am I okay with that? But for the first session, Liz, I want to do a round robin. It's going to be about Great Expectation, the stories from Charles Dickens. Okay, now I'm going to give you the first one, which will be this. I'm going to share the screen. Uh-oh. It was here. Okay, now I'm here. Can you see that? Oh yeah, okay, it's Happy New Year. Let's roll with the tiger. The tiger is a very animal, and it is a brand new year for 2020. Right, we move on to the next one. Everybody, I would like to share this. I want someone to pick up after me. Oh, not Confucius. It's this. We change again and yet again. And it was not now too late and too far to go back. And I ran on, and the means all solemnly reasoned now. And the world spread before me. And I'm an area director of G5 of Division G, District 102. And I'm also the Vice President of Public Relations in Personal Growth Leaders Advance. And I am at the moment the table topic masters for today. And I am holding on to these roles, and I'm doing it because it is what I've taken. And I know the world is spread before me. And I want somebody else to take over from here. The word is the world spread before me. Take on, Teresa.
We always think when the time has come and the project is nearly completed, that it's too late to turn back, or it's too late to do anything better. And I feel that we just need to look ahead and not back. Let's not live in the past. Let's live in the present and looking forward to the future. Because life happens for us. And if we keep thinking life happens to us, then we are living in the past and living in regrets. And when we're working on a project, and if we have just a little upset, that could spoil our whole outlook. And as Anvita had said, with the lesson of the samurai, we have to focus ourselves. We have to be confident that yes, maybe our idea will work out, but we need to have hope, as Rosianna said, that we can make a difference. And so Toastmasters and friends and guests, let us look towards the future, but live in the present.
Pass it on.
Madam Table Topics.
No, Teresa, you pass it on to somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to pass it on to Elizabeth. Are you here, Elizabeth?
For this one, it's only a minute. Okay.
Okay.
Elizabeth? Yeah. Elizabeth, are you there? Oh, okay. Looks
Okay,
like you have to pass it on to somebody else.
I'll pass it on to Sanjeev. Satya.
Satya, yeah.
Thank you, Toastmasters. Good day to all my fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. I have to continue on the same topic, or what do you want me to
Yeah,
do?
just follow up after Teresa. Her last sentence,
What was the last sentence?
it was about the world. Teresa?
So we need to have hope in our ideas and live in the present, looking forward to the future.
Thank you. That's fine. You have to work for the present, forget the past. But if you work with me for the last fortnight or a month, I had very difficult time. In fact, I was very energized before that, in the sense that all the last 2.5 years or 2 years when the COVID started, I was very confident. Though I'm aged, I felt I should be more active, went for longer walks, did yoga, did a lot of physical exercises, had the best part of the diet, medication and all. I did well until last fortnight. I was rather complacent, if I may say so, in taking care of my health. Then I learned the lesson. I should not have done that. In fact, so much of medication I used to take, somebody told me, a friend of mine said one day, you should take zinc tablets. Since you are a diabetic, you should take zinc tablets. I took overdose of zinc tablets, which affected me. Perhaps the doctor told me that I had an impact of COVID about a fortnight back. I had very difficult time. In the night, I couldn't sleep. That's how I learned a lesson that you should not be complacent. You should be always kind of listen to friends, but not always. It seems in Indian context, we are told typically that Indians are advice junkies, that we are junkies. We keep advising people. Whoever talks about any problem, any issue, we have a tendency to advise people without their soliciting any advice. That we should not do is the lesson I learned. You should not listen to advice, friendly advice, essentially in matters of health. Rather go to a doctor, take his advice, than going to a friend. These are the lessons I learned. Then I came into the present day context. So I'm feeling better now, fully energized, and decided not to listen to friends in the matters of health.
Yeah.
Back to you, table topic master.
No, you pass on to somebody else, Satya. Dr. Satya, you pick somebody else and repeat your last sentence. This is a round robin.
Can I pick up Omar Hayat?
Yeah. Omar, would you like to try?
Talk something about health, which is very important these days.
Yes. Just for a minute.
Yeah, sure. Sorry, can you repeat the last sentence?
talk about your present day health. Anything you want to tell people about your health? Any lessons you have learned in life?
Yeah.
All right. So fellow Toastmasters, thank you so much. All right. So in the past weeks and months, I found out that I have to have optimal strength and health because as a son and also a leader in the company, definitely I have to have good health and optimal health. And it also goes for the mental as well, not just the physical health, but the mental stability. Yeah, and I found that it's crucial to balance in all aspects of physical, mental, and emotions as well. And yeah, I think it's crucial in that part. Sorry, I think that's about all.
Problem. Thank you so much, Omar. Okay. Now I'm done with the round robin. So I'm going to go to the table topics now. Is that okay? I'm going to share screen and I would like to call. It's Chinese New Year and we have a representative from Malaysia. Can I call upon distinguished Toastmasters Ricky Su? Okay.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, Ricky, your topic will be, okay, about New Year. It's from Confucius. The perfecting of oneself is fundamental base of all moral development. Okay, shall I repeat that again? Perfecting of oneself is a fundamental base of all moral development. Distinguished Toastmasters, Ricky Su, all yours.
Have you heard of Confucius before? Many of his sayings makes us confused. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ricky, and I'm glad to be in this energetic international meeting.
Yay.
And the very first topic I got from going out of my own country is a philosophical question like this, which I don't quite understand. Anyway, I'm happy to tell you that I used to be quite a philosophical person. I read a lot. I even read about Confucius, although I didn't understand. And I will always engage people into intellectual discussion on anything under the sun. That was like 10, 20 years ago. But nowadays, I know that being philosophical did not earn me much money. It is better to join Toastmasters, upskill myself so that I can advance in my career. And that is more practical for me. So ladies and gentlemen, talking about perfection as it is in this question, I don't think anyone here or anyone in the world is perfect. And maybe we don't need to be, because if you are a little bit bad or naughty, that is great. Enjoy the life while you can. And I think all of us are work in progress towards profession. That's why we come to Toastmasters, we improve every day, we read, and also we listen to speeches so that we can increase our knowledge so that we can apply into our life. And that, I think, is more practical than talking about philosophy. Just my 2 cents. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you very much. That is very philosophic, DTM Ricky Su. Yeah, even though you said, no, you don't believe, you don't really understand all these philosophy things, especially from Confucius, because he confused. That's the idea. You confuse people, then you get them thinking. Thank you, Ricky. So I would like to call another one because I have one more. I know that Dr. Elizabeth is on the road. So can I call Sangeet? Sandeep, can I call you for the next one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. A very simple one. Okay. It will be the next one. Aha. It is okay. This one for you, Sandeep. Strive not to be a success. Okay, we don't have to be success, but rather to be of value. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. It is from Albert Einstein. Spoken
Yes.
by, shared by
Yeah.
Rosie earlier on. Sangeet, are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
yes.
Thank you very much for this topic, topic master. So it's a very practical saying, and it applies to everyone. It can be applied to everyone. We should not focus on success rather than to be valued in life. Usually, that's what society teaches us every time, that be successful, go and secure good marks. You should be 100% in everything, whether you are going to sports, you are going for education. Everywhere you have to secure 100 marks, 100%. This is what the society teaches us all the time. But we should not, instead of focusing on the actual marks, actual to be a successful, why not we try to be a good human beings, helping people, helping others, to give value to others, to respect others. So that is a much more important aspect of life as compare to be a successful. There are many example nowadays. We can see that people are behind the success, and they just forget their family. They don't have time. Some people, like if I take example of great good great CEO of the companies who are managing well at the company level, but they are very bad from the personal perspective. They're not giving time to their family. They are not giving time to their friends. So what is the definition for them to be successful? In my view, they are not successful unless they are they have they are happy in the complete all the dimension of the life. So this is what my point of view. Yeah, thank you, Sabiya, over to you.
Thank you, Sanjeev. Yes, to be of value is to have others, then you add values to others, and that is what is more important and successful. Thank you, Sanjeev. So I think we
Thanks.
can have one more because Dr. Elizabeth is now is okay. Dr. Liz, you want to do it? She's already settled, so I would like to share this with you. It is going to be Dr. Liz. It is not the length of life, but the depth of life. It is not the length of life, but the depth of life. Dr. Elizabeth Akine, all yours. I know you're settled.
Indeed, it is not the length of life, but the depth of life. You can live for very many years, but you have nothing to show, nothing to energize anybody watching you and living with you, because you have not learned to take cognizance of the purpose of life. We do not live for ourselves, but we live for others. When you live for others, you impact so many more, and you make use of the years and the length of life that God has given you. So that even if you exit, many more people will be touched by the kind of life. So it is not the length of life, but it is the worth of the years that you have lived. We have seen young children, young people exit this world and living a very impactful people or environment or themselves. Right? Back to you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Elizabeth. So yes, it is about the depth of life. And I like that. We're all young people here. Yes, I feel young. I'm only 16 years old. And with that, I know that my time is up and I shall call upon Liz for the times of all the speeches. Oh, we have Ray Wills with us who just joined us. Hi, Ray. Right, Liz, are you there?
Sorry, I overslept.
Hi. Oh, no, it's okay. We've just finished our table topic. Ray or Liz, the timers.
Yeah, hi. Just in the overall, everyone, the first part with the round robin, I think it was a minute, but most people went over that because, yeah, but about 2 minutes. And yeah, everyone was in time with the table topics as well. So well done for that. Thank you. Do I go back to the
Yeah. Yeah, right away. Oh, yes, Teresa.
Back to you, Madam Master of the Day.
Thank you very much, Madam Timer. And thank you very much, Sabarias, for serving your Toastmasters and guests with an energizing session of round robin table topics and table topics questions on life's lessons. Well done. Let us now move on to our general evaluator. We will call on Dr. Liz.
Thank you very much, Teresa. What an energized meeting that it was. I logged in and I've been on the road, but right now I've settled. I would like to call upon the evaluators to give their reports about the speeches, beginning with Koshal, who was evaluating Anvita. Koshal, welcome to give your feedback.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. It's always a pleasure to hear Anvita's speeches because she is such an effective storyteller and always has a good message for us to remember. And this speech is another example of that. Anvita, you are always great at giving an attention-getting opening, raising the tension and making us wonder what you have in store for us. I liked how you pause at certain dramatic moments, such as when you would realize that your uncle's photo frame had shattered. I liked how you had a story within a story. The first story being of your computer problems, and then within that story of samurai. I really enjoyed following both stories, and I thought you nested them effectively within each other. I also loved your facial expressions. You smiled when you talked about happy moments in heaven, and you frowned when you talked about sad moments and hell. That really helped convey the message. As great as your speeches, there's always room for improvement. I felt that a few moments could have been more forceful, more energetic, such as when you threw your mouse across the room. You could have said, "I threw my mouse across the room." So, like, and maybe even have an actual mouse that you don't need anymore, just throw it across the room. A few things you could have been said more concisely. For example, when you were talking about writing the things that made you angry, you said something like, "I managed to write down a few things in the course of several minutes." And you could have just said, "Here's what I wrote." Just make it a little bit more punchy. I felt that the ending was a bit rushed. Maybe you had run out of time, so I felt that you were kind of hurrying it up. So I would try to keep the gradual pace that you always keep, and try to leave us with a powerful image, like an image of the samurai having been enlightened, walking away happily, and how you came away more happy after having that talk with your supervisor. But thank you for telling us the story of the samurai and how it inspired you, because that inspired us as well. Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Koshal, for that evaluation. The next report will be from Sanjeev, giving us an evaluation on Rusiana.
Yeah, thank you, Madam General Evaluator. I'm very new to be evaluator. So I have observed Rosie speeches, and I found the speeches very impressive. The way she expressed everything is very, very nice, and it is full of information. Watch what is happening these days, where we don't exercise, we don't do much focus on our health. And what the project she is working, or she proposes that electric car, and it's going to be a popular, especially the car with the pedal. So the one very important thing I marked in the speech is that it will save the medical bill. Yes, that's true. And every country is nowadays adopting, encouraging people to use something, a mode of travel which should be is a with the body driven, instead of using any kind of vehicle. So it is very nice. I don't see any disconnect with the topic was very nice. It is well versed. And also about the gesture, the Rosie gesture was also very nice. The hand movement and everything I find very good. So I don't find much any suggestion from my side. Okay, only thing I would say that the topic what she chosen should be more elaborative means there should be some kind of conclusion should be at the end of the topic. This is the only my suggestion for the topic. Yeah, thank you. This is all from my end. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sanjeev. Timer, did you give us your report? Timer, Liz, did you give us your report?
Well, hi. I believe Sabrina was timing the speeches and the evaluators. Is that right? Sabir?
Yeah. I have it time here. Kashal spoke for 2 minutes 37 seconds, and Sangeet spoke for 2 minutes 11 seconds. Yeah, within time.
All
yes,
within time.
Good
Thank you very
yeah.
much.
Good time.
Thank you. Keep it up. So we are going to go to other role takers to give us their reports, beginning with the grammarian.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Wow, well, listening intently to, I think I've got a virtual background sitting in the virtual background. Just one second. Oh dear, technology today. That's it. Yeah, so what I heard from everyone, the word of the day, enthusiasm, was used by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 of us, which is almost 100% because there was only 12 yesterday. So Kashal, Therese, Rosie, Samvita, Ricky, and Sanjeev, all well done. If I've missed anybody, well done to you as well. During the speeches, I heard with Anvita when she was saying you have to prepare to be proactive, not reactive. And I think that's a wonderful phrase that we can use, be proactive rather than reactive. And the tree shook the tree. I thought, and anger abated. So words that we can relate to in those short sentences. Then Therese, yourself, I loved when you said we look forward to the future, because that's part of what we always do, to make sure that we are energized to go forward with the future, I think. Sanjeev, people are behind your success. I think that is really a wonderful sense as well, that people, if you don't have people around you, you were not going to maybe thrive and be successful. Rosie, health is wealth. Yeah, you have to be healthy and wealthy. Otherwise, we're not going to get far. And Sanjay, again, don't be complacent. And we are, I love this one, Sanjay. Sanjay said this, advice junkies. We're advice junkies. I was like, wow, I've never heard anything that's really cool. And Ricky Sue, discuss anything under the sun. I can imagine that phrase of terminology where we just discuss anything under the sun with anyone. And we are a work in progress, because I believe that personally, we are all here, we are all work in progresses in life. And Elizabeth, you were saying, we do not live for ourselves, but we live for each other. And I think I will end on that wonderful, wonderful phrase from Elizabeth. Thank you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, our grammarian, for the evening. It's evening in Kenya. The next, the next report will be received from the AHA counter. Did we have any AHA counter?
Yes. Good day, dear Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Initially, I was very energized, assuming that I will have a lot of work to do. But as usual, since we are all senior personal growth leadership team, I didn't find much, but nevertheless, I have to point out, few of us have been using crush words like I found Sanjeev using it generously, nearly 20 times.
Has improved.
2 times. Rosie, twice she used the word and once, and Teresa only once. Barring these speakers, others have done extremely well. All the best to you. Back to GE.
Thank you very much. And now I will give my overall view about the way the meeting took off. Before the meeting, the agenda was there on the wall, I think a day or two before. And at the beginning of the meeting, the TMOD, I could see that there was need or there was an effort to find out if all the role takers were there and how to replace them. The link was sent in good time, the room was opened in good time, and we were all energized at the beginning of it all. The TMOD was very well prepared, started on time, and took us through a very energized session. The table topics master also did her thing in a very, very graceful way and very educative. That was very good. All the role takers were well prepared and they have given their reports as is expected. The grammarian, for example, was able to give us the word of the day, and the word of the day was very relevant to the theme that we had this evening or this morning, depending on where you are. I would want to say that it was a very well run meeting. The speakers, as usual, were energized and gave us very well prepared speeches. The evaluators did their work very well and also opened our eyes. Special mention of Sanjeev, who says he has not done this before, but has done a very good evaluation on Ruziana. So thank you very much. And I want to hand over the meeting back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much for your evaluation, Dr. Liz. Yes, that's what makes Toastmasters so great, is because we have people coaching us to be better. Winston Churchill said it this way: the price of greatness is responsibility. It takes action to be great. It takes responsible action. And with those words, I would like to pass over the meeting to our president in waiting, or President Sub Envita.
Thank you, Teresa. Now it is time to speak to our guest. DTM Ricky Su, would you like to provide feedback on our meeting? Did you like it?
Hi, yes. So as I said, this is a positive experience and an energetic one. I would like to explore more on international meetings like this, where I can learn from all the native speakers of English. Although I've been a Toastmasters for a few years, but one big challenge is the language proficiency. So I'm glad. I think I will come and visit again next week. Thank you.
Yes, TTM Rikisu, we are looking forward to it and hope you can join our club as a member. Umar, would you like to share your feedback with us?
Sure, but not much. As a guest, this is my first time attending to the international meeting. It's my second time joining with Rosie and Sabaria. As I hope I can learn more with all the respective Toastmasters speakers. And thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure, it's an honor. I had a great time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Umar. Hope you can join us next week. Now
Definitely.
we'll go to our next guest, Ray Willis. Would you like to share your feedback with us?
The portion that I attended today was very good. My previous two meetings were great. I am still needing to talk with someone to learn the particulars of this venue so that I can know what to do and what to expect in subsequent meetings. It is a good time for me. It is a Saturday at 8 o'clock. I just need to get it on my radar, my schedule. But 8 o'clock is something that is open for me, but I have to become programmed. I'm like a, what do you call it? An alarm clock. I need to put it on my alarm, my mental alarm clock to get it going. But this is a great venue. I enjoyed all meetings that I've attended thus far, and I look forward to coming back. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ray Willis. We look forward to you joining our club as a member. Can we take a photo now? Maybe we can all do the heart symbol and I'll click it. On the count of 3. Rosie went away. Are you there? Oh, okay. On the count of 3. 3, 2, and 1. Yep, got it. Thank you, everyone.